Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sienna here with a brand new video, and I think for today's pick a card reading, we're going to look at what you need to let go of. What Spirit wants you to let go of so that you can go on to live a better life, so that you can remove obstacles from your path, so that you can just feel better. We're going to take a look at what's holding you back from, well, fill in the blank here. It could be from achieving your goals. It can be what's holding you back from manifesting something, what's holding you back from happiness, what's holding you back from living the life that you want to live. And then we're going to look at some advice for you and what you can do to let this go. Now we have our three piles. We have group 1 with the pyrite stone. If I can get my camera to focus on it. There we go. It's so pretty. I love the sparkles, the glitter, and the lava stone bracelet. We have group 2 with the Septarian and the white howlite bracelet. And we have group 3 with the hematite bracelet and the hematite magnets. I love the sound that they make. I'm going to go put those back before I get distracted. All right. So group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Huge thank you to Otter Spirit, by the way, for providing me with these bracelets. They've been a wonderful sponsor for this channel. If you like what you're seeing here and you'd like to have a couple bracelets like these for yourself, the link is in the description where you can find that. I will let you know it's an affiliate link, so I do make a little bit of commission if you purchase something using the link, but there is also a discount code in the description, and if you use that, you can save a little money. So I think it's win-win. You save a little bit of money, you end up with nice jewelry, my channel grows a little bit more. Okay, so sponsorship aside, here's what we have. And you can jump to the timestamp that will be in the description and in a pinned comment to the group that jumps out most to you, and I'll see you there. All right. So hello to group 1. This will be your reading if you were drawn to the pyrite stone. I keep wanting to say Pyrex. I'm tired today. The pyrite stone or the lava stone bracelet. Or if you're just drawn to the fact that it's group 1, everybody, is drawn to their piles according to just different things. Everyone's drawn to different things. Some it's the little nifty crystals or whatever that's there, and for some it's just the number, whatever. Anyways, thank you for being here. We're going to get a look at what is holding you back from essentially living your best life right now, and what we can do about it, and the information that Spirit has that's going to help you. So to do this reading today, we're actually going to start with a Moonology Oracle card. This is not a sponsored segment. I just really like this deck by Yasmin Boland. So we're going to start with a Moonology Oracle card, and then we'll get into your tarot messages with the One World Tarot, which is created by Lena Rodriguez and myself with help from June Rifkin and beautifully illustrated by Alexandra Filipek. The links to where you can find this deck are in the description. Also not sponsored, but then again, it is kind of my own deck, so I'm always going to plug it on this channel. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into shuffling the oracle cards. What is some good advice here for group 1? Let's just get an oracle message just to start. The thing that group 1 needs to let go of, what is some advice? What's some information surrounding that? What is going to be most important for them to know right now? Okay. Okay, we have your commitment is being tested. A time to give rather than take. Interesting. Okay, we're going to keep those over there. So with this commitment being tested thing, I really strongly feel that it's talking about your commitment to yourself. But there's a commitment to a goal, that you have. Yeah, King of Pentacles fell out while we were thinking about that card. I'm going to keep that as a bit of a clarifier. Do you often abandon things very quickly if they don't seem to give you immediate results? And if it's not immediate results, you know, if you're not seeing results in the short term, or it's not looking the way you think it should look in the short term, I'm seeing something about that for a lot of you. King of Pentacles is all about that long-term, wealth. That could be material wealth. It can just be like long-term stability, long-term assurance. Anyway, it seems like some of you are not letting things actually grow to their full potential because you think that because something's not working out or not looking the way you expected it to right away, that it just didn't work. And Spirit's saying that's not necessarily true. So what you're dealing with, and yeah, that abandoning things or changing course because it's not working out in the time frame you expected or were told to expect, that is holding you back from achieving one of your greater, like bigger goals, long-term goals. So yeah, your commitment to yourself and to your long-term goals is being tested. Okay. What else can we get for group 1? How do they let this go? How do they let go of this? It's not happening right away. Okay, that means it's not happening at all. This lack of patience. Okay, so I'm getting with the Tower. Some good things do take time, and perhaps with this constant stopping and starting and trying again and again and resetting every time something, like I mentioned 100 times already, isn't looking the way you think that it's supposed to, you're not getting the results you think you're going to get. Spirit's giving me the image of somebody who's planting a garden and they expect everything to have been sprouted up and grown within, let's say, 2 months. And, you know, it's 4 weeks in, halfway into your perceived time frame of when you think this should be done, and you're not seeing any progress. So I'm seeing that, like, you've planted all these things and you just uproot them because you're like, well, obviously this isn't working. These sprouts are not as big as I thought they would be, and I'm already halfway through this supposed timeline, right? So you just uproot everything and then replant, and that just gives you so much more work to do. So Spirit's like, do you want to keep doing this to yourself? Do you want to keep abandoning your plans and starting over and going back to the drawing board? And normally there is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that is what we have to do if something doesn't work out and you've tried everything you can do. But what I'm getting for you guys in group 1, and I'm not calling anybody out to be rude or to be judgy or anything, because I do all the same thing. So this message is just as much for me. Maybe like give it a little bit more time. Whatever it is that you're working on, give it a little bit more time, because this constant uprooting and resetting, it's just, you're giving yourself so much more work than is necessary. And how are you going to get to those long-term goals? How are you going to see that beautiful garden of vegetables or flowers or whatever if you keep pulling everything up before it's even done growing, before it's even done developing? Yeah, this is keeping you stuck. 8 of Swords, it's keeping you stuck. And then at the same time, there's this frustration of, well, everything I do just doesn't work. What is going on? Why is nothing that I'm trying working? Well, you don't know if it is going to work because you're not giving yourself enough time to actually wait and see it through. And again, I'm saying you, but this is also me, okay? Spirit really loves calling me out when I do these readings for the general public. So let's take a look at that time to give rather than take. Give it time. It's one thing I'm hearing is give it time. Don't take opportunities away from yourself because you haven't given enough time for whatever it was in your situation to grow. Give it, I'm literally hearing, give it your best shot, give it your best work. I'm also hearing, give it your all. It's hard to do that. It's hard to give something your all when you keep stopping and starting and resetting and abandoning and trying new things without actually trying to see things through till the end, or at least far enough that you can tell whether or not it's going to be worth it to continue. Oop, bumped my camera. Okay, yeah. I was also about to say, give yourself a chance to let things take time. Six of Swords, you're going to move from this impatience. You see how this card, I actually really love this card. We see here with the turbulent waters, but over in the distance there, it's calm and it's still and it's a little bit safer. It's a lot more comfortable for those who are in the boat there. This turbulent water represents your impatience. You are going to move past this because now you're aware that that's what's been holding you back. And sometimes we don't know, well, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we need to work on if we don't know we needed to work on it. You don't know how to solve a problem if you don't know that there's a problem, right? So give yourself time, give yourself patience, give this situation room to grow. Give it a chance. And then you might be surprised with the results that come about. You'll be surprised when you are able to manifest something because you let it happen. You decided to just release your expectation of it's supposed to take this amount of time and it's supposed to look this way and it's supposed to come to me in this manner. Maybe that's how it works for other people. Maybe that's how it works just in general, but not every single time for every single person. Your manifestation or your goal, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here, you will get that success. It will happen, but it's going to be in a way that's different than what you thought it was going to look like, and it's going to be on a different timeline than you thought it was going to be. So just because it's not happening immediately doesn't mean that it's not happening at all. Okay, so let's just get a little bit more advice. What's one more message for group 1? What can they do? Yeah, actually, that is a good question. What can they do to best help themselves with this process of letting go of the impatience, letting go of expectations based on what they've seen from others around them, based on, I'm going to say, social norms even. These two both, I want them both. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Temperance and Four of Swords. These cards are both about slow movement. Four of Swords is resting. It's taking a break. Temperance is all about letting things take time and letting things integrate. I'm getting something about just letting things integrate naturally, letting things happen on their own, letting things just run their course in the way that they're going to run their course. Less interference. Yeah. Okay. So we take the inspired actions that we need to take, and then when it's time to just wait and see or wait for the results, this is the tough part. I see that. But Spirit's really encouraging you to just relax, basically. I know that's easier said than done, but Spirit's encouraging you to just, do what you need to do. Let's go back to the gardening analogy, okay? So you plant the seeds, you've pulled all the weeds, you fertilized the ground, you made sure that everything was optimal to the best of your ability for the planting. So then, like I said, you plant everything. And then what can you do after that? You go out, you check every day, you pull the weeds that kind of sprout up, you water the plants, you make sure that it's covered, protected from the elements or protected from animals or whatever nearby that might try and eat your little plants and stuff. But it's going to take time, and those plants are going to grow at their own rate, at their own, at their own rate, at their own way, in their own way. And there's not a whole lot you can do but just wait and appreciate the work that you've put in and look forward to what you could receive at the end of all of this when your plants are grown. Just because you planted something that's supposed to bloom in 8 weeks and you're not seeing, you know, a half grown or a half finished flower or whatever after 4 weeks, that doesn't mean that it's failed and that you need to uproot that 4-week-old budding plant. It just means you need to sit there for the extra time and actually let it play out. And then you reevaluate after that. Okay. So yeah, we're just letting go of the impatience. We're going to give ourselves and our manifestations and our goals a chance to actually develop and grow. And Spirit's saying you'll be very surprised with how it turns out. There's no need to rush or force anything here, Group 1. You don't need to rush or force your goals or even yourself. You don't need to do that. Everything's happening in its own time, and it's still, even if it looks like the progress is slow, it's still happening in the background. Even if you cannot see it, it's still there. Okay? So that's the message I have for you, Group 1. I really hope that this was helpful. Private readings are open. The link is in the description where you can book with me if you wanted to look at this in a more personalized way. If you liked this video, well, thank you very much. And you know what to do with the like, comment, sub, whatever. I just appreciate you being here, and I'll see you around on my channel next time. All right, hello to Group 2. If you were drawn to the white howlite bracelet and or the septarian stone, this reading will be meant for you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put these aside and put the bracelet on because I can get distracted. Like, I could seriously just play with the beads like all day if I really wanted to. All right. So for today's reading, we're actually going to pull a Moonology Oracle card. This is not sponsored. I just happen to really, really like this deck. And then we are going to get tarot messages from the One World Tarot. Links are in the description where you can find that if you find you really, really like this deck and want to try it for yourself. So, Spirit, what does Group 2 need to let go of? What is keeping them from living their best life right now? What's holding them back from achieving their goals, or what's holding them back from happiness or comfort, or, you know, whatever it is that they want and need to have? What's holding them back from, I'm going to say what's holding them back from living their best life right now. And then what can they do about it? Anyway, let's take a look at our Oracle cards. Okay, there's nothing will come of the situation. Interesting to start out with, but that's okay. We're going to get more info as we go. And then take time to breathe out. Oh, you know what? The nothing will come of this message, this is actually a really good one. If you were worried that you were going to end up like really disappointed by seeing that card, don't, because I get what's happening here with the nothing will come of this and the take time to breathe out. I think that you have fear that Spirit is encouraging you to let go of. The thing that you're afraid of is not going to happen. And like the worst case scenario, if you're like me, sometimes my brain likes to jump to the worst case scenario because we got to be prepared. Even if it's like so unlikely that the thing will ever happen, you know. Spirit's like, let that go. Like, literally just breathe. You've been worrying a lot, Group 2. And Spirit's letting you know, I'm trying to just make these sit nicely in the frame, at least where you can see them perhaps a little better. I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Spirit's saying that it's okay to just relax. You don't need to worry so much right now about, maybe it's a specific thing. And then there are some people that just generally worry a lot, just as is. And no shame to anybody who does that. I think everybody does do that a little bit. And I do that as well. Sometimes we're just a little bit more anxious, or we're a little bit more apprehensive. in certain eras of our life. But Spirit's telling us that it's okay. So it's safe if you're worried about, oh no, but if I breathe out and stop worrying about it, what if the bad thing happens because I didn't worry about it? It won't. In this particular situation, it won't. All right. So let's get some advice for group 2 then, Spirit. It's this one. I want this one. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. I am getting everything will turn out. Everything will come out in divine timing. Everything will have a resolution. You will see the other side of the situation. And I like seeing that it's a 7 of Pentacles where there's a harvest there, and it's taken a while for this farmer to actually get this harvest, but it's substantial, right? It's not like they put in all this work just to have nothing grow. So your situation is, it is going to work out. There is going to be something, could even be material. It could be financial for you guys that's waiting for you on the other side. But if you're worried that all of your work or something has been for nothing, don't. Because it's not for nothing. Everything is going to work out in the divine timing that is required. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Whoa. Okay, Temperance. We're going to keep Temperance. There is healing that needs to be done here, and I think for a lot of you, it's a process you're currently working on. So maybe some of you do actually have anxiety, and to an extent where it has become problematic, it's become very disruptive to your life. Some of you may already be in therapy or receiving some kind of help for that. And if you're not, I very strongly encourage you to look into resources in your area that may be able to help you with that, because this anxiety has cheated you out of so many opportunities for growth. I hesitated saying that because I don't want to make anybody feel bad or feel ashamed, like, oh, I missed this opportunity. Oh, I screwed myself because of my anxiety. I don't want that to breed more anxiety with people. That's not what the message is supposed to be here. Spirit's just saying, though, that, yeah, you, why am I getting the words chickened out? That's not meant to be rude either. It's just some of you, yeah, there was an opportunity or something in front of you that you wanted, but you were too afraid to take it. Now you have other fears surrounding, oh my God, I regret this. Am I never going to have this chance again in my life? Whatever you're afraid of. And Spirit's like, nah, just wait. Just wait. Okay, we're going to keep that 7 of Wands who fell out there. And I'm going to pull a couple other ones before we continue on with the message. You've been very reactive lately in your life, and it's perhaps out of fear. The 7 of Wands always reminds me of, that saying, constantly putting out small fires. Yeah, you've been doing that in life. Lately, perhaps you've been feeling like everything is just coming at you, bang, bang, boom, all at once, and you just feel like you don't have the strength to fight it off. And like you don't have the strength to like pave your own path. You're just constantly dealing with, oh, this external thing from life, has been thrown at you. Oh, this situation's been thrown at you. I get this feeling like for a lot of you, you feel like there's a lack of control, and it's scary. And I totally get that. Human beings, I think in general, do not like uncertainty. Human brains love knowing that, okay, there's a neat little solution to this, and okay, here's the solution, here's how we solve this, here's the answer to this, here's the context we need for this. I like seeing that we have the Judgment card because you can call the shots. Perhaps there's something that you guys want to do, but you keep feeling like nobody's letting you do it. Because I just keep getting, actually, I'm getting all kinds of like really fast bang, bang, boom, like snippets of messages and thoughts and stuff that are coming in that I keep hearing like, oh, but what about this responsibility? But you're supposed to plan this work function. Oh, what about Aunt Karen's birthday cake? I don't know who Aunt Karen is, but what about Aunt Karen's birthday cake? Like, you were tasked with making that. Oh, well, remember that you have to be here at 9 and set up for this X, Y, and Z event. Oh, well, remember your responsibility at work was this. And meanwhile, you're like, I just need time to do this thing that I really want. And you're feeling like you might have some really big people-pleasing tendencies, which can make sense, especially for those who do have anxiety. This message is calling me out very, 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 very loudly. But like, you're just so busy with the people-pleasing and doing what everybody else wants from you and wants you to do for them. You're not giving yourself the time and the space to do what it is that you want to do for yourself. Perhaps you're afraid that nothing will come of the situation. Well, let's just say, for example, like, I really want to take 4 days off, or, some jobs just give you vacation days if you have to take them or whatever. But let's just say I really want to take 4 days off to just go to the lake by myself or with my partner or whatever and just relax. Or I just want to take time off to do nothing at home, or I want to take time off to work on my hobbies. But then you have people around you being like, oh, you're not working today? Oh, well, I need you to do this. Can you run this errand for me? Can you come pick up my kid from this? Can you come and do this for me? Can you come and do this for me? And you're just afraid that because as soon as you have this time for yourself, all of a sudden you're going to be expected to do all this stuff, and you're afraid nothing is going to happen and nothing is going to work out for you, or that you're going to end up with nothing that you actually wanted. You get to call the shots with the Judgment. Maybe you need to just start saying, no, I'm not going to be around that day. You don't have to tell anybody that you're doing nothing, or you don't have to tell anybody what your plans are. No, N-O is a complete sentence on its own. That's something that's really hard for people to do, though, is to say no. But it is important sometimes. And you don't owe an explanation. Whoop. If you want to go spend some time out at the lake and you don't want to be bothered by all these other obligations that people are dumping on you, you can just say, I'm not going to be home, or I'm not going to have any cell service where I'm going. So if I don't answer you, I don't answer you. Or, you don't even have to say anything. You can just make that choice for yourself to go and do what it is that you want to do for yourself. Anyway, whether you're afraid that the things you're scared of will happen or the things that you want will not happen, our last message here with Eight of Pentacles is Spirit saying, just keep going and keep trying your best. Keep doing. It's a process, okay? So this whole stopping the people pleasing and taking time to relax and taking time to release your anxiety or work through it, taking time for healing. It's a process. It's not going to be all done in one day, and that's okay. If it's hard for you to put down that boundary and all at once and say no to everybody all at once, well, just start by saying no to one person or saying no to one thing that you don't want to do. And then continue from there. It will build. Your confidence with this will build over time. And I think your confidence just in general will build over time. When you realize that your anxiety is lying to you and has kept you stuck and has kept you from, opportunities for your growth. And these opportunities for your growth, if you miss one, it's not gone forever. It will come back around. That's something that Spirit really, really wanted me to say and like help you remember, is that an opportunity like this always comes back around, and the next time that it does, you'll be more confident, and I think you'll be less afraid to take that opportunity. The things you're afraid of happening in this situation are not going to happen. If you are afraid that nothing will happen when you want something good to happen, Spirit's saying that you can make choices and take action to do what you can to ensure a good outcome does happen. But after you've taken your inspired action and done the best that you can do, it's okay to just relax and take that time to breathe out. So we're going to let go of the anxiety, and we're going to let go of the people pleasing. We're going to let go of our fears. And that is the message I have for you, Group 2. I really hope that this was helpful. Private readings are open. The link is in the description if you are looking to maybe get a more detailed and personalized look on this for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, I mean, you know what to do. Like, sub, share, whatever. I'm just happy you're here. And I'll see you again next time on my channel. All right, Group 3, if you were drawn to the hematite, either the hematite magnets or the bracelet, or just the fact that it was group number 3, this will be the message that you need regarding what Spirit wants you to let go of so that you can live a happier life. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on so I can play with these beads. These ones are so smooth. I could literally just do this all day with them. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put the hematite magnets away before I get too distracted by them. They are also very, very fun to play with. And I'm going to get our cards shuffled. So first we're going to pull an oracle card from Yasmin Boland's Moonology Oracle deck. Not sponsored, I just happen to really like these cards. And then we're going to get a tarot message from the One World Tarot. Also not sponsored, but it is kind of my own deck, so I always plug it on this channel. Created by Lena Rodriguez and myself with help from June Rifkin, and beautifully illustrated by Alexandra Filipek. If you find you really like this deck and want to try it out for yourself, there are links in the description to where you can find it. All right, so we're gonna shuffle these oracle cards. Spirit, what does Group 3 need to let go of? What's holding them back from living their best life and living maybe their happiest life right now? What's holding them back from being either their best self or their favorite self? And what can they do? What information is going to help them? Whoa. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I like that one. Let's get one more. A new romantic cycle begins. Ooh. So the end of one cycle and the beginning of another one. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna make sure these are in the frame and you can maybe see them a little bit better. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, but you know what? I think that's good enough. All right, let's get some tarot messages now. So the end of a tough cycle approaches, new romantic cycle begins. So what does Group 3 need to let go of in regards to the end of the tough cycle? Let's see. I'm getting something about letting go of the fear that it's going to hurt. Letting go of that fear of pain. Now, moving out of tough situations in life is really hard, but it's no harder than being stuck there. Sometimes it's worse to just be stuck in a tough situation. We need to let go of the fear of pain. Okay, so thank you, Spirit, for that message. But what else can we get just from our tarot? Okay. Okay, the Chariot with that forward movement. I'm sure you guys have all heard about, there's like a whole saying or whatever about do it afraid. You know, it's okay if you shake with every step that you take. It's okay if you sweat the entire time. It's okay if you cry the entire time, if you're scared or if you're uncertain, if you're uncomfortable, do it anyways. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you have heard that sentiment or similar kind of wording. Spirit's like, because you're going to. You don't have a choice but to go ahead and go forward and do this anyway. Life moves forward whether you are ready or not. Stability and self-sufficiency I'm getting with that Queen of Pentacles, but also being more grounded. Ooh, okay. So maybe with this tough cycle, like maybe you really were going through it just in the weeds of anxiety and maybe there was depression or stress or I'm getting something about frustration as well. And it's something that you were stuck in for a while that you got used to it. It doesn't mean that you liked it, but you know, sometimes we stay stuck in an uncomfortable situation, but then we become comfortable with the uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? You're moving out of this. And yeah, there's the self-sufficiency and there's just being more grounded and being more, whatever it is that you went through recently with this tough cycle, it's actually made you so much more, I guess, mature. It's really made you a lot wiser. And it's given you the confidence to step out into this new cycle. And we'll take a look at this. It says romantic, but we'll take a look at it in closer detail in a minute. You are going to be properly equipped for the next chapter in your life because of what you've learned and what you're about to let go of from this tough cycle, this tough time. So any more messages for group 3 on what they need to let go of? There's the fear of pain. Expectations, but it's more like social or societal norms with that Hierophant. A new romantic cycle begins. Oh, this will not be for everybody, but there's a good chunk of you that this will apply to. So Spirit has put this in my heart to tell you. Some of you, I have to be careful how I word stuff because Google is a pain in the ass about what kind of things you're allowed to talk about. And even if they don't like outright demonetize you, they can still hide your stuff in the algorithm, in the feeds and whatever. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. For a chunk of you, you love somebody, you're in like the LGBT plus community, and you love somebody that, according to your current like society or your current like social norms or community or culture, whatever, people don't like that. So maybe you are a guy that's in love with a guy or a girl that's in love with a girl, whatever, right? You've been through this tough time of maybe you've dealt with something like internalized homophobia or, you know, the homophobia from others, and you've had to keep an aspect of yourself that's so important hidden because you didn't want to be hurt as a result of these societal expectations and norms and cultural, because it's going to be different based on what your culture is, but cultural, I guess I would say, beliefs and cultural norms. You're going to let go of this fear of being rejected and this fear of being hurt because the new love that's coming into your life is going to be so beautiful and so transformative that it maybe will help to heal a lot of this pain that you've experienced. When you let go of this, you will have a better time enjoying and appreciating your new relationship here. Okay, interesting. So yeah, that's just going to be for some of you. It doesn't necessarily, for those of you for whom that doesn't resonate, that's totally fine. It can still be a romantic relationship, you know, more, I'm going to say more like heteronormative or whatever, but perhaps it's outside of your socioeconomic class, or, you know, your kind of people that you're used to hanging around with and being with. Maybe you're with somebody that is they could be of a different culture or a different religion, maybe different ideology or different way of perceiving the world compared to everybody else that's around you. And maybe you're afraid that you're going to be criticized or judged or otherwise harmed for that. Spirit's telling you that it's safe to let go of that kind of pain. Because with that self-sufficiency, with that Queen of Pentacles, you know it's going to be good for you. Your path is going to be different than other people's paths, and that's okay. If you're afraid of not fitting in, maybe you're letting go of that fear of not fitting in. You're letting go of the fear of being ostracized. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about relationships or who you love, whatever, but you have that fear of being ostracized. You're going to start releasing that fear, because it's going to hold you back from fully enjoying the next blessings, the next chapter of great things that are going to come into your life. Oh, okay. Yep. 10 of Cups. We're going to keep that. There's happy family, happy community, happy household. You are going to find where you belong. It may not be with this group. You may find, maybe you move to literally a different community, like a different town or a city, or you just find that you end up just drawn to different kinds of people who are a lot more like you and are more understanding of what you've experienced because they've experienced it too, and of people who are more compassionate and more caring towards you. So it's okay to let go of that fear of I keep getting that word persecution. Let go of that fear of persecution, because you will find where you fit in and you will find your community. Yep, okay, the Fool card, it's new. It feels like foreign territory for you. And I totally understand that. But it's okay to yeah, like I said, to let go of your fears. Now, are you going to be able to just in a single breath decide, I'm no longer afraid of this, and then, you know, everything around you and your brain and your mind and stuff's like, okay, we're no longer afraid of that? Well, no, it's going to be a process, but this process is starting for you. New romantic cycle. So what about for my viewers watching this that are not resonating with the whole romance and relationship message at all? What's going on with that then, Spirit? Oh, okay. Loving who you are, falling in love with yourself, romanticizing your unique little quirks and personality traits that maybe got you bullied or got you criticized or judged, excuse me, in the past. And it caused you to maybe not embrace who you truly are, and kind of took away that, I'm going to say took away the power of like self-sufficiency, of knowing who you are and operating in your most authentic version of yourself. And that's a process too. Still, you're going to find that there are people around you who love you. You're going to find perhaps there's that harmony and happy home kind of vibe within your own heart. Anyway, what's one last message for my group threes? We release the fear of not fitting in. We release the fear of being judged, criticized, persecuted, shamed. We release our fears of our path and our expression of ourselves not looking the way that the social norms around us expect. What's one last thing for group 3 to know? Okay, that's very interesting. You're learning how to stand up for yourself. And that's part of falling in love with yourself all over again. And like I'd said earlier, romanticizing in a way, like, your little quirks, the ones that are actually harmless, not the, oh, haha, I'm mean to retail workers, so quirky. No, not like that. But your little quirks, like, I don't know, maybe you're a neurodivergent person and you have little stims or special interests or something that other people around you don't understand. And over time, you learned how to just hate those aspects of yourself. Eventually, you're going to start to fall in love with those aspects of who you are again, right? Yeah, learning how to stand up for yourself. Well, you know what? This may not be the way that you do it, but it's the way that I'm doing it, and it's not harming you, so you can mind your own business. Or, I know what's going to be good for me. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for you. And for those of you getting into a romantic relationship with a partner and other people around you either don't like it and don't understand it because it's different than what the social norm, etc. I see that you'll be standing up for yourself and for your person. Ooh, I bumped my table. I hope that wasn't too loud. I'm also getting that your person, for those that are entering a relationship, they will be standing up for you too, and they will be able to teach you how to enjoy yourself and appreciate and love and express yourself. They're going to help you with this process. I think you're going to be able to help each other. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. We don't need to worry about fitting in or not fitting in with, the general society in which we are currently living, wherever that is, based on, wherever you are, wherever that is, whatever the people around you are doing. You will find your community, and you will find that harmony and that happiness in your community. You can find that harmony and that happiness within yourself too. And it's a process, and it's going to take time, and that's okay. I'm just so happy to see you're coming out the end of such a dark time and entering something that's it's going to be so exciting, and it's going to be so fulfilling for you. And that's the message that I have for you, Group 3. I really hope that was helpful. Private readings are open if you wanted to look at this in a more detailed or more personalized way, because I know these are just general collective readings, but the link is in the description there if you would like to book a session with me. If you liked this video, thank you. I'm really glad that you watched it. And you know what to do. Like, comment, sub, whatever you want to do. Honestly, I'm just happy you're here. And I'll see you around next time on my channel. All right, bye.